All right, 2003 Ford Taurus rear drums reassembly. Go ahead and start that wheel cylinder bolts by hand. Make sure you don't cross thread whenever you're installing these. You want to get the bolts snug. You don't need to over tighten them too much. They do not take much to hold these wheel cylinders on here. So don't be being the Hulk. All you're going to do is strip out the wheel cylinder. Reattaching that brake line is as easy as lining it up and very carefully starting it. If you got any burrs or debris or dirt on that thread, go ahead and wipe it off, spray it off, get maybe a wire brush and pull the burrs out so that way it threads in a little easier. Maybe we'll upload a video on how to flare new hard lines at some point, just in case you have a completely messed up thread, and then you get to see how to get that done. And there's that pesky horseshoe. Gonna go ahead and slide that back on the back of the bracket. Sometimes it takes a little bit of pinching or tapping. In this case, he's just gonna grab it with a pair of channel locks and just slide it the rest of the way on there. Readjust the channel locks and just pinch the ends down to lock in place. On this design, the bottom retainer pin has to slide in behind a bracket, so it makes it a little tight fit, but not too hard. If it doesn't go the first time, just take a little bit of patience. It's not the end of the world. It's very easy to get frustrated doing drum brakes. Anyone who's ever done them for their first time knows exactly what I'm talking about, and even some professional mechanics out there like us have a hard time sometimes with some of these incredibly tight springs or the lack of space. So a lot of these specialty tools do make it a lot easier, but you can do a lot of this with a pair of channel locks and a pair of needle nose pliers. Just maybe even have a buddy hold the shoes in place for you while you slide it in. Couldn't see it there for a second, but my technician was gladly shaking, nodding his head. He's like, yeah, have someone hold it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to come over here and I am going to hold this shoe in place while he lines up the retainer pin. This one's not wanting to go. Alrighty, so that's what it looks like when they lock into place. You can see how they've got a slot to slide it through and then a little groove there where it can lock into place so it doesn't slip out easily. Now some vehicles have many more springs than this, and obviously the sides actually switch directions. They almost always 180. So it's a good idea, before you take it apart, take some photos of it. Photos of it before you completely disassemble. Wish I had said that at the beginning of the video, but it is what it is. So if you're into this and you're this far into it, and now I'm saying that and you're like, why didn't you say that before I started? I apologize. That's gonna make you a little grumpy, but yeah, absolutely take photos of it before you take it apart so you can remember exactly how it goes together. And as long as the guy before you did it right the last time, it's gonna make your life a lot easier. Take photos of both sides, because both sides are gonna be slightly different. All right, the one part that we all hate, and that's the big spring on the bottom. There's always one big spring that's got always a tiny little hole to aim for. So here we go. I'm gonna try to hold this in place for him while he uses most of his body weight to wrench this spring into that little retainer hole. So just go from underneath, press against the hub. Didn't stay attached. Here we go. So you guys, the real world struggle, not nipping and tucking and editing the video. So you get to see even us ASE certified techs sometimes got a little struggle. Just tap on it with the back end and nice and popped into place, good and secure. Don't forget to take your brake hose clamp off. You will regret it if you try to do your brakes and you leave that on there. But that's it, guys. Stay tuned. We'll try to keep these videos coming. Have a wonderful day and God bless you.